Whoa, that's different. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have another special release bottle, 2015, here on my cask. It's a Pittyvaich or Pittyvaich, or however it was pronounced. The distillery is gone, is completely torn down. The space is empty, it's flat. And the distillery was established in 1975, and the distillery retired as a whole in 1993, and this is quite abnormal because most of the distilleries closed during the big British recession, 1982 to 1984. Most of the distilleries which are closed today closed then, and this one still produced and went out of operation after the recession finished and the market grew again. Well, there was a merger, and this distillery became redundant. And all the tests they made in this distillery, it was also a distillery for testing, where they tried to use different distilling profiles, different mashes, and so on. This whiskey was distilled in 1989, so today it's filled in the bottle with 25 years of age. There is a complete number of 5,922 bottles. Well, and you have to be very eager and fast to get your hands on such a bottle because it's so rare. And in the special releases, people know that these bottles are valuable for collectors as well as for connoisseurs, and they are cleaning the shelves very fast. Inside is the label again from front, and there's written surprisingly mild and easy to drink at natural strength. It's 49.9 ABV with a refined smoothness, a subtle pungency, and an aromatic drying conclusion. Matured in refill American oak hogsheads and ex-bourbon first fill American oak barrels. Interesting to compare with a 20-year-old also distilled in 1989, released in this series in 2009. And those two bottles give a pair. And this pair will be very valuable for collectors. So my cask is becoming drier and drier, and this would be the perfect place. It looks so odd. Yeah. In the bottle, there's nothing more to see. There's this small leaflet. And here you have a picture of the mash tun, a huge mash tun for former times, and a even bigger, relatively bigger underback. Something special in former times. Opened in 1975, one of the shortest lived distilleries to be built on Speyside, and this is exactly why the prices of the collectibles will be extremely high, because the time span in which whiskey was produced was so small. Originally built for Arthur Bell and Sons to partner neighboring Dufftown. So I told about a pipeline to Mortlach, probably to Dufftown. I'm not quite sure. This pipeline was torn down when the distillery was wrecked, and there are pictures I made. You find it in our whiskey database at the Pittyvaich distillery, and so you may find out there if it was probably Dufftown and not Mortlach, as I said before. Sadly made redundant by mergers, so closed in 1993 and since demolished. Only available as a single malt since 1991, unusually as one even today. Previous distilled releases are limited to a 12-year-old Flora and Fauna. I had that wonderful piece. Released in 1991, and a special release also distilled in 1989, released in 2009 at 20 years old. This was the pairing bottle I said. Yellow gold, good beating. Firm, honey-sweet aromas of fermented malt laced with almond oil set the tone before the aroma quickly becomes more complex with delicate, fruity high notes, pineapple, baked green apple, strawberry jam. Beneath these lies a soft cushion of vanilla sponge and custard. Adding water brings up a beautiful sweetness and roundness with a fragrant, oily hue. The fruit is now sliced banana with honey on malted cereal, soft fruit sweets, or barley sugar. Body medium. Palate surprisingly mild at natural strength. Well, I do not have to dilute because it's 49.9. So below 50, I'm fine. With light acidity. In the development, there's a warm nuttiness, still oily and malty, as on the nose with that balancing sharpness. It's as if trickled toffee were cut by a green apple crispness. Mid palate, a fine buttery fruit tart, then reduced with water, it becomes thicker in texture, more warming and drier. Oh, they find everything. Finish, medium in length and warming, slightly pungent and herbal with a hint of peat. Later drying with a heather honey aftertaste. Yeah. Okay. Give it a try, and I got a small sample from the distributor, so I'm happy that I do not have to open a bottle of a pricing above 300. So we keep one of those 5,922 valuable bottle closed, that we do not have to tear it open to have a taste on it. Wow, that's different. That's not the taste of a typical single malt, no. It's this fresh, fruity aroma of pineapple, green apple, and this strawberry jam. The strawberry jam is far in the back, if it is. Really, no, probably not. And then there's this almond note, this almond oil. And I do not know exactly how almond oil tastes, but I quite often eat almonds, and if I'm chewing them quite a long time, there's this oily feeling in your mouth. I think this might be this almond oil. Sweetness also. And of course it's a malt whiskey, so there's a malt in the back. Yeah. It's mild in your mouth, and then there's this acidity, this light acid in your mouth, but it's still sweet and nutty, spicy, and a little oiliness. So it's a good palate. And in the aftertaste, there are herbs. Yeah, wonderful herbs. Not those lavender. No. Good dried herbs. Yeah. Drier in the end. And as said, to be a light smokiness in it, no, I do not find it. And this is a mixture of the first fill ex-bourbon casks, which bring these, well, there are vanilla and caramel tones as well, but they are below the fruitiness. They are there, and afterwards they show that they had been there. And the American refill hogsheads, well, they are not that intense. It's not that spicy, not that oaky as I would have suggested for a 25-year-old, and this should have to do with the American white oak. So there's no European oak in it. And if you're looking for an old oaky sherry matured whiskey, no, not that. This is really American oak. Yeah, good one. Unfortunately, a little expensive, and for 300 or 350 you might be able to get a lot of comparable whiskies in quality, but not in rarity. And that makes the difference. So the price for the collectors is already added in the distribution price, and is not supposed to rise very fast in the next years. So the proprietors, producers collect the increase in value for the next years already in the selling price. So it will take quite a few years until those bottles are gone, hopefully, so that everybody who is interested in such a bottle is able to get one, and after that the price will rise slightly. But a doubling or a tripling in price is quite unlikely from my personal point of view. If you have a pair of this 20-year-old and 25-year-old, this would be wonderful. And probably there might be a 30-year-old in the pipeline. 49.9% ABV. There is still some ABV to lose over the next 5 years. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, there's more to come, and feel free to add your comments in our vlog, in our forum, and in our whiskey database on Whisky.com. Thank you very much.